So my name is Derek Wu. I'm an assistant professor of public policy and economics here at the Batten School. And I teach Research Methods and Data Analysis 1, which is the first semester of a two-semester sequence course on quantitative methods here at the Batten School. So one sort of key concept that we talk about is the notion of causality. So take, for example, health insurance. Suppose you see evidence that people who have health insurance are also healthier. That could be due to the fact that having health insurance actually causes you to take care of yourself by going to the doctor more often and therefore causing you to have better health. But it could also be that the people who have health insurance, who choose to have health insurance, are the ones who have higher incomes, they are employed, and so purely because they're more likely to have better health because of those other characteristics, you might see those differences even if there's no causal impact of health insurance on health. And so if you're a policymaker, say thinking about expanding health insurance, it kind of matters to what extent you can disentangle the causal impact of having health insurance from selection bias, which is this other kind of term. And so in the class, we talk about ways to try and tease out causal impacts using methods like randomized controlled trials, as well as other sort of quasi-experimental and non-experimental methods. Most of my research falls within the realm of public and labor economics. And so that means that I study issues that are relevant in particular for the low-income population in the United States. I'd say sort of my research falls into two broad buckets. The first bucket is all about safety net programs. So what are the reasons why people choose to enroll and not enroll in these programs, ranging from SNAP and Medicaid to veterans disability compensation? And what is the role of administrative burdens in sort of shaping take-up and targeting? And the second strand within that bucket is looking at the consequences of enrolling in these programs on outcomes like well-being and earnings and health and mortality. I also have a second sort of bucket of work that focuses on the measurement of income and well-being using large data sets linked from the Census Bureau. And so this is sort of showing how these more accurate data change our understanding of poverty and inequality in the US, the poverty reduction effects of key government programs, the interaction of income and consumption, and the demographics and characteristics of those who are the most deprived Americans. There are lots of reasons why I decided to come to Batten, so I could probably go on and on. I think one key reason is the focus on the holistic policy process, and I think this is also a reason why students should choose to come here as well. I think Batten is unique among policy schools in that the focus is on the broad process and not just one slice of it. So as faculty members, we're encouraged and incentivized, for example, to not only conduct research that's rigorous and cutting edge, but also to communicate our findings with policymakers and to engage with folks outside of the confines of the academic ivory tower. And that's useful if you think of policy as really being important insofar as it can, or research as it can shape policy. At the same time, I think a lot of this feeds into sort of the experience that students have at Batten. And so in your first year during the core, you take classes in a wide variety of topics spanning the entire gamut of the policy process. So you take classes in economics and RMBA, which I teach, which focuses on policy analysis and evaluation. You take classes on the politics of the policymaking process, and also leadership classes that are more relevant for, say, policy implementation and execution. And so you can really come out of Batten being an expert, not only in terms of policy analysis and advocacy, but also really being a policy leader. And so that, I think, can serve lots of students well coming out of here.